January 2026 Louisville housing market update. Inventory surges while sales slow. What it means for buyers and sellers here in the Louisville area. Hi everyone, and thank you for watching the January 2026 housing market update for the Louisville area. My name is David Hittle. I'm doing business at Shop Kentucky Homes LLC, a real estate specialist with United Real Estate Louisville. And if you feel like more homes are hitting the market, but fewer homes are selling in the Louisville area, you're not just imagining it. January 2026 housing data shows a clear shift in inventory levels, buyer activity, and selling timelines, and it could impact your next move. So whether you're buying, selling, or investing, let's break down what's actually happening in the Louisville real estate market. The biggest headline from January is simple. Inventory is rising. Sales activity has slowed slightly, but prices continue holding steady. Active listings jumped nearly 29% year over year, while total sold homes declined about 5.5%. That combination tells us that we are moving towards a more balanced market. Not a crash, not a boom, but normalization after several years of aggressive seller conditions. Despite the increase in inventory, prices continue showing resilience. The average sale price rose about 2.6% to roughly $329,000, while the median sales price edged up to about $270,000. That confirms something important. More homes on the market does not automatically mean lower prices. Demand still exists, and Louisville continues to show strong market fundamentals. Now, before we dive any deeper into inventory and negotiation trends, if you are curious what these numbers mean specifically for your home, your neighborhood, or your price range, reach out to me directly, because the overall market tells one story, but your micro market often tells a very different one. Homes are taking slightly longer to sell this year. Average days on market increased from 54 to 59, and median days rose from 26 to 30. That's not slow by historical standards, but it does signal a shift. Buyers now have more options. Pricing strategy matters more than ever, and overpricing is getting corrected faster than during the peak frenzy years. Inventory growth is one of the biggest stories for January. Active listings climbed from about 2,694 homes to 3,468 homes, representing a nearly 29% increase year over year. New listings also rose more than 23%, meaning that sellers are entering the market at a faster pace. And this matters because sellers now face more competition, while buyers gain negotiating leverage, and marketing and positioning become critical factors in getting homes sold. Pending listings declined roughly 8% compared to last January, reinforcing the theme of cooling buyer urgency. But this does not signal weak demand. Instead, it reflects more selective demand. Buyers are still purchasing homes, just with greater patience and scrutiny. The absorption rate increased from 2.15 months to 2.67 months of inventory. This means supply is growing faster than demand, which naturally eases some market pressure and allows negotiations to return. However, at under 3 months of supply, Louisville still technically remains a seller-leaning market overall. So what does all this mean? Well, for buyers, you finally have more options and more negotiating power returning to your side of the table. For sellers, pricing, preparation, and marketing matter more now than at any point in the past 2 to 3 years. And for investors, rising inventory creates opportunity windows, especially for value acquisitions and repositioning strategies. Looking ahead through 2026, expect continued inventory growth, stable pricing with modest appreciation, and slightly longer but still reasonable selling timelines, and more negotiation activity across multiple price ranges. Louisville continues showing strong fundamentals even as our market begins to normalize. If you have found this update helpful, please make sure to subscribe for weekly Louisville housing insights, new listing information, and market strategy updates. And if you are thinking about buying or selling this year, I'm happy to help you navigate the market with a clear plan tailored specifically to your goals.